Think budget decks can't compete with the meta? Think again. In this video, I'll show you a cheap but deadly burn deck, how it's built, and why it frustrates even the top-tier players. We'll go over the card list, the strategy, and then watch it melt some life points in live matches. First up, we've got Summon Breaker. This card limits how many times your opponent can summon each turn, slowing down their pace and cutting off explosive combos. I've seen players completely forget it's on the field and stall out mid-combo. It's a subtle but powerful tech. Next, the Dark Door. Only one monster can attack per turn, which again helps control the flow of the duel and buy you time to set up your burn-win condition. Then we have the classic, Swords of Revealing Light. 3 full turns where your opponent can't declare an attack, giving you the breathing room to set up your field and start the burn while they sit there helpless. Now that their engine is slowed, it's time to apply pressure. Secret Barrel deals 200 damage for every card in their hand and on their field. Against greedy players who overextend, this hits like a truck. To punish effect-heavy decks, we have Gravedigger's Trap Hole. Anytime your opponent activates a monster effect from the hand, graveyard, or even banished zone, they eat a clean 2,000 damage. Great against modern decks loaded with floating effects. Moving into the defenders, let's talk about Marshmallow. It can't be destroyed by battle and deals 1,000 burn damage when flipped. A classic wall and consistent source of chip damage. Then we've got Mimicking Man-Eater Bug, one of my favorites. When flipped, it destroys a monster, gains its ATK, and just like Marshmallow, it can't be destroyed by battle. But here's the kicker. It also becomes the type of the destroyed monster and can't be destroyed by effects of that same type, making it especially strong against archetype-heavy decks. Now let's talk Retaliation. Magic Cylinder redirects your opponent's attack straight back at their life points. Perfect against big beaters in meta decks, and can lead to a surprise win. And of course, Dimension Wall. If your field is empty, or you're about to take a big hit, use this to reflect the damage right back at them. It's clutch in tight moments, and can flip the game in your favor. The rest of the deck focuses on disruption, control, and direct damage. Let's start with Lava Golem. This card lets you eliminate 2 of your opponent's monsters, especially ones with dangerous effects or combos. But here's the bonus. It also burns them for 1,000 life points every standby phase. So not only are you removing threats, you're passively chipping away at their LP every turn. Then we've got Game Seal, the Sea Turtle Kaiju. This one's a clean solution to problematic boss monsters. Just tribute any one of their monsters, even those with protection or negates, and replace it with Game Seal. It's not only a strong removal option, but it can also disrupt your opponent's strategy by breaking their synergy or field presence. Next, we've got Pot of Extravagance, a simple but powerful way to accelerate your hand. Since this deck doesn't rely on the extra deck, you can just load it up with random fusion monsters or throwaways, at least 6, to meet the cost. Then banish them for a free 2-card draw. It's basically card advantage with 0 sacrifice, and in a burn control deck like this, that extra draw can mean the difference between stalling out or securing the lock. Now let's take a look at 3 different matches I've played that really show how this burn deck performs in various situations. Each one highlights a different strength of the deck, from controlling the pace, to punishing overextension, to closing out the duel with burn damage. Let's jump into Match 1. Game 1 kicks off, and the opponent goes first, diving straight into the Fiendsmith engine. with a side of Millennia Tech? Okay, fancy. Let's see if our humble little budget build can bring the heat and burn him out. Now hold up. He's spending life points like he gets cash back on every summon. What's next? Frequent flyer miles with the graveyard. All right, our turn. Time to clean up the mess. We lay our traps, then politely escort his synchro monster off the field. Here you go. Don't let the door hit you. Next up, let's crack open Secret Barrel and see if he's got anything spicy to respond with. Beautiful. Then we finish strong with Ring of Destruction to light things up. Here we see how we can simply win with one card in this example. Let's see more. Game 2. This time, we go first. Let's set the tone. 2 traps down, and we're locked and loaded. Whatever he throws our way, we're ready. And here it is again. The Fiend Smith engine returns. What makes our deck special? Any card can win us the game. We're not tied to some overused combo every victory's a different flavor. All right, he's flooding the field with summons, so let's crash the party early. Ring of Destruction, incoming! Now, let's lull him into a false sense of control. And then Dimensional Wall. Surprise, my guy. Enjoy your own damage. Oh? Is that panic I smell? Yep, he's sweating. Even though we took some damage, we're staying cool. Why? Because we've got options, lots of them. Let's turn up the heat and hand him a little gift. Lava Golem. Enjoy. Huh? Max, see? Sorry, buddy. This isn't your average summoning circus. And now, if you want to use cards from your hand, better pay the toll. Chain energy. Then Lava Golem burns him for 1,000, because why not add a little spice? He chooses not to attack. Smart move. He's clearly on the back foot now. Time to bait him further. Apply pressure. Throw some of our own life points on the line. And boom, magic cylinder. Classic finisher. Never gets old. All right, let's keep it rolling on to the next match. Game 3 begins, and we start strong with Summon Breaker. Perfect answer to this over-summoning meta. He throws down Max C. Poor guy. Sadly for him, we don't summon recklessly around here. We slip in Marshmallow for that sweet defense. And let's not forget the spicy 1,000 burn surprise. Let's see if he takes the bait. From here on out, it's clear. He's gonna summon. Probably over-summon. But that's fine. Because we've got Summon Breaker watching his every move. Since he loves summoning so much, let's give him one, a little gift. And what does he do? Over-summons again. And that, right there, is the value of Summon Breaker. But wait, he's in for a surprise. Enter, mimicking Man-Eater Bug. Let's take out his big monster and steal its power. Yes? And just to rub it in, Chain Energy. Every move now costs him. And now, let's end this with the words of the great Walter White.
I am the danger. A guy opens his door and gets shot. You think that of me? No. I am the one who knocks.
That's the Burn Deck breakdown. Budget, brutal, and built to punish. Let me know what you'd add or cut in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe if this deck gave you some ideas.